Hello, dear students, welcome to the English class. In this session, we will study about the lesson The Gentleman of the Jungle, written by Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta was an African writer, and this is a fable, this is a small story. This story took place in the forest, in the jungle, between man and animals of the forest. Okay, Jomo Kenyatta, he satirizes European powers with this fable. See how India was ruled by English people. In the same way, this Africa was ruled by Europeans. These European invaders captured the lives of Africans and their property too, and they grabbed their freedom in their own land. Okay, all those things were expressed, how cheatly these European powers cheated Africa and the people of Africa, and how they made suffer. All those things were satirized with this small story. Okay, now we will study about the writer Jomo Kenyatta. A note on the author Jomo Kenyatta. He was born in the year 1893 and died in the year 1978. Was an African political leader, first president of Kenya from 1964 to 78. Okay, here Jomo Kenyatta, not only a writer, he was being political leader also, and he was Africa's nationalist political leader, and he was elected as first president of Kenya from the year 1964 to 78. And he was a Kikuyu. He belongs to Kikuyu tribe. He was one of the earliest and best known African nationalist leader. In that early era, he was considered as best Africa's nationalist leader, and he was elected as the secretary of his tribal association in the year 1928. Then he campaigned for land reform and African political rights. He fought for the reformation of Africans, of these black people. Dear students, what we studied before that, this Africa was ruled by Europeans. So these European people made suffer. African people were suffered under these Europeans. So these black people were treated very badly. They lost their land also, and they don't have, these Africans are not having any rights in their own land because of these European rulers. So Jomo Kenyatta fought for that, and he fought for the land reformation of Africans, and he fought for their political rights also. So here he was considered as Africa's nationalist leader, and he was great writer also. So he satirizes all whatever Europeans cheated these innocent Africans through this lesson, through this fable. Okay, now we will study the lesson in detail. The Gentleman of the Jungle. See, first we will study the background of the story. This is the background of the story. In the last 19th century, the chief European powers divided Africa among themselves. See, in the last 19th century, these European powers divided Africa country among themselves. See, what is the reason? Why they divided this country? See, They could do this because European arms were superior and because the African chiefs did not understand the meaning of the treaties they were asked to sign. Europeans divided Africa between themselves. Why? Because these Europeans made a treaties. Treaties means ಒಪ್ಪಂದ. ಇವರು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಪ್ಪಂದ ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ ಮತ್ತು ಯುರೋಪ್ದ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಪ್ಪಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಫ್ರಿಕನ್ನರು ಸಹಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಆ ಒಪ್ಪಂದದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಈ ಆಫ್ರಿಕನ್ನರು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಒಪ್ಪಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಿ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಆಫ್ರಿಕನ್ನರು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ನರಿಗೆ ಮಾರಿಕೊಂಡ ಹಾಗಾಯಿತು. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ದೀಸ್ ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ರೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಓವರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ರಿಕನ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ and Europeans' arms were superior, and not only these Africans signed to that treaties, and these European arms were very much superior and powerful than Africans. So these Africans are not having any alternate way to escape from these powerful Europeans. So they come under their captives. As a result, because of this, Africans lost the lands they had traditionally lived on and cultivated. Because of that agreement, because of that treaties, all these Africans lost their land and they were ruled by Europeans. Their attitude towards European expansion is made clear in the following fable. Fable means story. In this present story, whatever the angry hatredness these Africans have towards these Europeans was exhibited, was shown in this story, which reflects the attitude of Kikuyu people of Kenya towards European laws and commission. Okay, this story tells us about how chiefly these European powers treated and ruled over Africa. And one more thing we can identify with this story, that is how much hatredness these Kikuyu people of Kenya had towards European powers. Okay, this is the background of the story. This story inspired Jomo Kenyatta to write this small fable with irony, and this story is a irony, and it satirizes European power. ಓಕೆ, ಯೋಮೋ ಕೆನ್ಯಾಟ ಅವರು ಈ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಕಥೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ವ್ಯಂಗ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವರು ಮೋಸದಿಂದ ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಆಫ್ರಿಕನ್ನರನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಅಧೀನರನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅವರ ಆಸ್ತಿಪಾಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕಬಳಿಸಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಈ ಪಾಠದ ಮೂಲಕ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಂಗ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. Okay, we will study the lesson in detail. Dear students, see, this is a story. The story took place in the forest between the man and animals. Once upon a time, an elephant made a friendship with a man. One day, a heavy thunderstorm broke out. The elephant went to his friend, who had a little hut at the edge of the forest, and said to him, okay, once upon a time, what happened? A man was having a little hut in the edge of the forest, and he made friendship with the elephant. When a heavy thunderstorm broke out, when heavy rain started, the elephant went to that man in order to ask shelter in his small hut. Then the elephant said to him, "My dear good man, will you please let me put my trunk inside your hut to keep it out of this torrential rain?" The elephant asked the man help that he may allow the elephant to keep his trunk inside his hut in order to protect his delicate trunk. Trunk means sundilu. His delicate trunk from that heavy thunderstorm. Then what man replied? See, the man, seeing what situation his friend was in, replied, "My dear good friend, elephant, my hut is very small, but there is a room for your trunk and myself. Please put your trunk in gently." See, that man observed the situation of his friend, and man allowed elephant to keep its trunk inside the hut. Why? Because the hut is very small. There is no place for the elephant. There is a place for only for the man and its trunk. So he allowed elephant to keep its trunk inside slowly, gently. Then the elephant thanked his friend, saying, "You have done me a good deed." Deed means work. "And one day I shall return your kindness." Here, that elephant thanked his friend man that you helped me a lot in this heavy rain. You did a good job, and I will repay your kindness. I will repay your help one day. Like that, with the gratitude, the elephant thanked to his friend. But what happened? When elephant got some space in his hut, how it changes. See, we will see here. But what followed? But what happened? Already this elephant promised the man that he will repay his help in one or another day. But what happened? As soon as the elephant put his trunk inside the hut, slowly he pushed his head inside and finally flung the man out in the rain, and then lay down comfortably inside his friend's hut, saying, "See what the elephant did to his friend man." When man allowed elephant to keep its trunk inside the hut, slowly it pushes its head inside the hut. Finally, it flung the man out in the rain, and the elephant laid comfortably inside his small hut. Now, man was standing outside in that rain, and he started crying over his friend. Then that elephant says, "My dear good friend, your skin is harder than mine." See, the elephant says, "My dear good friend man, your skin is harder than mine. My skin is delicate than yours. And as there is not enough room for both of us, this hut is very small. There is no place for both of us. So you can afford to remain in the rain. So you are allowed to stay in the rain while I am protecting my delicate skin from the hailstorm." See how that elephant cheated his friend who helped in that torrential rain. It flung the man out, and it laid comfortably inside the hut and says, "Man, your skin is harder than my skin, so you stay in the rain. I protect my delicate skin by staying inside the hut." So, by seeing all this, the man, seeing what his friend had done to him, started to grumble. The animals in the nearby forest heard the noise and came to see what was the matter. See, that man observed how his best friend cheated him, and he started living in his hut. So he started shouting and crying over. Grumble means shout. Shouting over the elephant. By hearing man's voice, all the animals of the forest, nearby forest, come and gathered around his hut. All stood around listening to the heated argument between the man and his friend, the elephant. Man and his friend were arguing that hut belongs to him and that her hut belongs to elephant. Like that they are quarreling. That argument was going on between man and elephant. All come and stood listening that heated argument in this turmoil. Turmoil means quarrel. The lion came along roaring and said in a loud voice, "Don't you all know that I am the king of the forest, king of the jungle? How dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom?" See, in this turmoil, in this quarrel, the lion is the king of that forest. He also heard the quarrel and he came along with roaring, and with the loud voice he says, "All of you don't know. I want peace in my kingdom, and who is disturbing the peace of my kingdom?" Then, on hearing this, the elephant, who was one of the high ministers in the jungle kingdom, replied in a soothing voice and said, see, when lion came roaring along with loud voice, that elephant was also the minister of that forest kingdom. Lion is the king of the forest kingdom. Elephant is the minister of the forest kingdom. When the elephant saw king came there and with the slow voice, soothing voice means with the slow voice, elephant requested the king, "My lord, there is no disturbance of the peace in your kingdom. My lord, no one is disturbing the peace of your kingdom. I have only been having a little discussion with my friend here as to the possession of this little hut which your lordship sees me occupying." See, possession means ownership. "My lord, no one is disturbing the peace of your kingdom. Just I and my friend man were discussing about the ownership of this little hut. See, ownership, your lordship sees me occupying. Already your lordship, being a minister, I occupied. I got ownership all over this all over this kingdom, all over this jungle kingdom. Now this man saying that this hut belongs to him. So we are discussing about the possession of about this little hut. Possession of this little hut." Like that, with slow voice, that elephant replied to the king of the forest, lion. Then the lion, who wanted to have peace and tranquility in his kingdom, replied in a noble voice, saying, "I command my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry to go thoroughly into this matter and report accordingly." See, the lion really wanted peace and tranquility in his kingdom. He don't want any quarrel anymore. So he replied with a noble voice, with a respected voice, and it says, "I command my ministers." Then king says, "Both of you don't quarrel. Now I command my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry in order to inquire your quarrel, turmoil, whatever happened between you. That inquiry commission will inquire about the problem, about the quarrel, and to go thoroughly into this matter and report accordingly." And accordingly, what happened between you, they will inquire and they will give the judgment, truthful judgment accordingly. Like that lion appointed an inquiry commission in order to inquire the quarrel between man and elephant. He then turned to the man and said, "You have done well by establishing friendship with my people." Then elephant turned to man and that lion turned to man, and that lion says to man, "Man, you did a good work that you made a friendship with one of my minister, elephant, especially with the elephant, who is one of my honorable ministers of state. See, you did good job that you established your good friendship with elephant. He is one of the honorable ministers of our jungle kingdom. Do not grumble anymore. You don't shout, you don't cry anymore. Your heart is not lost to you. You are not going to lose your heart. We shall return back your heart to you. Wait until the sitting of my imperial commission. Now you wait, you don't cry, you don't shout anymore. You just wait until my enquiry of commission will start their enquiry. The imperial commission will start its enquiry, and you will get the opportunity to speak about your words, and there you will be given plenty of opportunity to state your case. To state means to tell your case, means your problem. Then I am sure that you will be pleased with the findings of the commission. Then the lion says, no, I will assure you that whatever the findings, whatever the judgment that commission will give, that is going to please you, that is going to satisfy you. Then man thought that, of course, his heart will be returned to him. The man was very pleased by these sweet words from the king of the jungle. Pleased means happy. Man was also happy by listening the sweet words of that jungle king, lion, and innocently waited for his opportunity. So man, now he stopped and he was waiting that when that enquiry commission will start its enquiry, and he will get the opportunity to speak about the cheating of elephant, how that elephant cheated him. So he was innocently waiting for his opportunity, in the belief that naturally the heart would be returned to him. That also he believed that of course his heart will be returned by those animals to him. Okay, see dear students, until here we studied a small story between elephant and man. Okay, but there is a comparison between Europeans and Africans. Here the man represents Africans, and these animals represents Europeans. How man was cheated by the elephant or by the animals of the forest, in the same way Africans are also cheated. Cheaply they were cheated by these Europeans. How that elephant cheated initially, in the same way with silly manners they entered Africa. Slowly, one by one, they started capturing the life of Africans in their control. Okay, that we will find in this story. See, that man was living happily in his small hut, but that elephant came to him, and that elephant grabbed his hut from the man. Now one more European, see, here lion means lion compared to one more European higher authority, came to man and elephant. It means they came to these Africans, that they promised that they will return back their country to them. But what happened? See, they made a trick all together. They made a trick in order to grab the Africa, the country, and grab that little hut from the man. Okay, like dear students, there is a connection between this story and between the story of Europe and Africa. Okay, then The elephant, obeying the command of his minister, got busy with other ministers to appoint the commission of inquiry. See, already this elephant was a minister and he started obeying the command of the lion, and he was get busy with appointing the inquiry commission. The following elders of the jungle were appointed to sit in the commission. They appointed these 5 members to sit in this inquiry commission, who are Mr. Rhinoceros, Mr. Buffalo, Mr. Alligator, the retired Honorable Mr. Fox to act as chairman, and Mr. Leopard to act as secretary to the commission. See, like this, that inquiry commission contained 5 members. Mr. Fox is chairman and Mr. Leopard is secretary. Rhinoceros, Mr. Buffalo and Mr. Alligator are members of the commission. Like this, 5 members committee was ready to inquire the matter between man and elephant. Okay, on seeing the personal means group, on seeing the inquiry commission group, the man protested and asked if it was not necessary to include in this commission a member from his side. See, man was not happy with that commission and he was thinking that is it not necessary to take any person from man's side? All whatever the people were enrolled in that commission are from elephant side, from animal side, but no one is there from man's side. So he said, is there no necessary? It means he wanted to add the person from his side, but the animals said, but he was told that it was not possible, since no one from his side was well enough educated to understand the intricacies of jungle law. See, man was told by those animals that from your side no one is more educated to understand this jungle law. Here in this jungle kingdom, jungle law is very much difficult. No one is there from you to understand. So it is no need to add the person from your side. But further what happened? See, that there was nothing to fear. But you don't worry, man. Don't worry that no person is there from your side in the commission. For the members of that commission were all men of reputed for their impartiality in justice. Impartiality means pramanika. See, these men, whatever the men selected and chosen for the inquiry commission, these men were reputed for their impartial justice, impartial judgment. So you don't worry, they will judge your problem impartially. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಭೇದ ಭಾವವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಅವರು ನಿನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಒದಗಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವರು, ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಪನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಡಬಾರದು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಮನುಷ್ಯನನ್ನು ನಂಬಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. And as they were gentlemen chosen by God to look after the interests of race less adequately endowed with teeth and claws, he might rest assured that they would investigate the matter with a great care and report impartially. See, so, and moreover, they were good persons. They were reputed for their impartial judgment, and along with that, they were appointed and they were chosen by the God as a judges here. And you don't worry. They will judge your matter with lot of interest and great care, and they will give judgment impartially. By them all the animals together, they tries to convince the man that whatever the persons were enrolled in this inquiry commission, all they were reputed for their impartial judgment. ನ್ಯಾಯಬದ್ಧ ತೀರ್ಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹೆಸರುವಾಸಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರು ದೇವರಿಂದ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯನನ್ನು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನಂಬಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ moreover that man thought that if he refused more than this, and he would be endowed with teeth and claws of those cruel animals, and man afraid that he has to believe those animals, otherwise he would be endowed with their teeth and claws. ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ತಾನು ನಿರಾಕರಿಸ್ತಾ ಬಂದರೆ ಆ ಕ್ರೂರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಹಾರ ಆಗಬಹುದು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಹೆದರಿಕೊಂಡು ಮನುಷ್ಯನು ಕೂಡ ಆ ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಕಮಿಷನನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ವಿತ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.